Okay, we're in round 2, and this is actually a very keepable hand, so much happier keeping this one. Got all 3 colors. I think we're still going to open with the Thornwood Falls. Although, well, no, I guess I will open with, well, I guess the problem with opening a Thornwood Falls is it doesn't let me embodiment, but that's probably okay. All right, opponent is playing first. Hateblade. All right, well, it's a pretty good opener. Still opening with our Thornwood Falls. And probably into Secret Plans. We can afford to take 1 damage. Let's drop the Secret Plans here since we're not going to be blocking the Hateblade with our embodiment anyway. Then we'll go into Kintree Warden territory. Okay, let's get this down, play the Kintree, and pass. So now we actually survived debilitating injury too, which is nice. Still not going to block it if he attacks. No reason. Next turn we can unmorph, draw a card, still play the Abomination, and then potentially unmorph that the following turn, which seems quite good for us. Alright, still swinging for the fences. We'll accept that. Alright, so he did hold off our attack successfully, but we're still in okay shape here. So I think what we're going to do now is... Okay. So... I do have some options here. I could... okay. I have to think, though. I think we're taking 3 regardless. Alright, I'm going to play a morph. And we're going to pass. And I'm going to offer up my Kintree Warden to his Hateblade. Now, if I hadn't played anything, I could leave the Kintree Warden back, unmorph, plus regen, killing his Hateblade. But the reason I don't want to do that is, if he has any form of removal or trick, that plan's not going to work. And I just mind a lot less if this plan doesn't work out, because I'm still netting a card out of it. All right, so make a trade, which is fine. Flock is decent, but at this point I want to unmorph my Abomination, I think. So, although we're at 15, is at 22. Do I want to take another hit from this Krumar? He could just throttle it, in which case keeping it back's bad. I think I am actually getting in, although he could kill shot it. And then we take a backswing, and it sets him up nicer. That's interesting. I guess I keep him back this turn. We'll see if he's got a throttle. If he does, I still get to unmorph and draw a card, so no immediate concerns there. All right, Rough Rider is going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll figure that out. All right, so he is just a swing for the fences deck. So Death Frenzy is going to be extremely beneficial in this matchup, I would say. Pine Walker's not bad either. How much mana are we at now? We're at 6 mana. So I can do 2 morphs. I can also hardcast Savants plus play Flock Morphed plus play Embodiment. Not huge on that plan. Can hardcast Pinewalker, but then he can still swing in. We're getting beat down pretty quickly and efficiently here. Rough Rider is pretty amazing against us. We don't even have good removal against it. And I don't like that he's off to the races so quickly. We're going to need to bring in more cheap stuff to deal with that. I gotta think about how I can do this efficiently and well. Guess we just morph 2 guys so we can draw some cards. I kind of need to keep the Abomination back, but I'm also digging. Because if I attack with Abomination, ditch the island, potentially find something, deal 3 damage to him, play Savants, play Flock, be able to unmorph, draw again. He can get in for a ton of damage potentially. Six maybe. I do need to draw cards, but I want to keep the Unyielding Krumar at bay. I'm going to play the damage prevention route rather than the risky play, I think. So let's get this guy down. Let's get the Flock. No, let's get the Pinewalker down. And then we'll pass. I think he's going to make the Abomination unable to block, so I'm at least going to be able to prevent the Rough Rider damage. And I don't think we're trading with a Hate Blade. So I'm going to take 4 damage at least. Chief of the Scale, that's okay. All right, so pretty happy only attack there. That's pretty beneficial for us. So let's reveal a Embodiment, because it doesn't matter if he knows about that. We get to draw, choose our opponent, scout the borders, nice. Rush of Battle and Shambling Attendants. Well, that's pretty bad news for us. Unfortunately, the Rush of Battle is going to be pretty devastating to deal with. It's also going to give him an absolutely tremendous amount of life gain. So this seems problematic, to say the least. All right, well, that's an out. We're up to 7 resources. So what we do is morph Flock, morph 1,000 Winds, pass. Because I am going to be needing to do some actual blocking here. Although this is going to be a 4/5. So his plan, what's he going to make unable to block? He's gonna Rush of Battle, and then he's going to swing. I'm going to unmorph my Flock. Maybe he'll turn off the Savants. I definitely need to leave the Abomination back. Might actually have to do some blocking this turn. We're just still trying to get enough card advantage where we can really capitalize on him pretty strongly here. I mean, the nice thing is this 1,000 Winds can eventually help us quite a bit. But for now, we need some help. I'd like to swing with this. It just seems a bit too dangerous. So let's just let it go for now. See if he Rush of Battles attacks. We'll figure out our blocks after that. Okay. We'll see what blocker he gets rid of. He's going to gain a pretty tremendous amount of life here, but let's see what he gets. He gets rid of the Dragon's Eye Savants blocker. All right. Well, that's not too awful for us. So This actually could be of some benefit. Um, let's see. I think the best way to block is I think we're going to chump block here. Could take 8. Could double block the chief of the scale. This way we take 8 damage. Otherwise I triple block Rough Rider, which I'm not thrilled about. Alright, I think I'm going to do this. We're taking a lot of damage, I understand, but I'm not sure what else to do. We're going to unmorph this. We're going to draw a card. He does want to killer morph wisely, but I can't do anything about that. So we'll unmorph, draw a card. Not the most useful card now, but that's okay too. Alright, so we have some losses, take a lot of damage, but we're still kicking it. Freestyle here. Alright, well, I definitely want him to attack with everything. So I guess we'll just, this telegraphs that we have a play, but I'm not sure I have a choice in the matter, so I guess we'll just get in. Well, that's a actual decent draw. So now we'll pass, which is definitely telegraphing something, but I can't do anything about that. I mean, if he doesn't want to attack, that's okay for us too. Alright, so at least he still followed through with the attack, which is pretty nice for us. So we'll bounce all his guys, draw a card. Guess we bounce our guy too, but that still is okay for us. And shambling attendants, okay. I think we can just, I'm actually happier to cast that since I can Sultai Charm it. But we've got quite a bit of work to do to get back into this, but that's alright. We'll work on it. So how much mana do I have now? I have 2, 4, 8, 9, so I can morph, still Sultai Charm. I think we're going to go with that plan. So we'll get in for 5. Got a lot of work to do here. So morph, I need to keep up the proper number of blue sources. Morph, excuse me, and pass. I've used more time than my opponent, and I feel like I have been like running through this game. Alright, so no blocks. Destroy this guy. Could have Feat of Resistance, I guess. But did not. He would have definitely used it there. Alright, Rough Rider's a tough one. There's not a ton I can do about it. Not the Sultai Charm. Alright, well, I've got... I suppose I've got enough to kill Rough Rider with just blocks and such. So let's get in with Thousand Winds and Glacial Stalker. He can turn off a blocker, but we can block with Dragon's Ice fine. Yeah, this is okay. Because I'll certainly unmorph and trade with a Rough Rider too. Alright. So it takes some more damage. Then we go Mystic Morph. Go Embodiment. And pass. And I can still unmorph at will my Abomination if need be. Could die to an Arrow Storm, but okay, he's leaving it back now, so he's getting rid of that. I think we just double block here. Unmorph whatever one he's going to kill. He's going to kill that one, so let's unmorph it to draw. Alright. Still in okay shape here. Yeah, Krumar's not a big deal. One card left, and it's another Krumar. Alright, no cards left in his hand. He doesn't have the Rough Rider anymore. Still in decent shape, I would say. Get the backwater. Let's go ahead and unmorph this guy and draw. I say we swing with our evasive guys here. So we still have 4, 5, 6 resources. I guess we just chill. Alright, well, we're going to unmorph here and draw. We're going to go block, block, and we'll just block there. I'm just going to prevent as much damage as I can. I don't care about the embodiment so much anymore anyway, so not a big deal. No follow-up plays, very good. Let's draw Death Frenzy. Not currently all that useful for us, but let's get in for 12. No kill shot, very good. Play our Flock. And pass. And I think we'll just Sultai Charm the Krumar and throw away our Savants. Okay, so we got the game. Very good. That worked out well for us. He's got a very good aggressive strategy, though. I still don't know if I like Dead Drop. I feel like it's a little bit too slow in this match. Force Away seems very good. Wind Scout does not quite seem good enough. Wetland Sandbar seems okay because it's cheap, but you got to be careful. Even bringing in those in against the aggressive decks can be not good enough. It doesn't do much against the Krumars. It doesn't do much against the Hate Blades. Didn't see a lot of early plays out of him. I do want the Force Away, though, for that Rough Rider. I really need to lock that down. I might even want the Crippling Chill, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I think that's better. Didn't see any Outlast out of him. I could probably cut some of my late game. Dreadmaw seems like it would be pretty beneficial, actually. Maybe not on the splash, but I think we're bringing in Dreadmaw. It seems very good with Savants and Double Flock. So I think we'll cut one of our Mandrills, which is fine, but a bit slow. Actually, I probably cut Scavenger instead. Even though it flies, I'd rather have something that could block and kill Rough Rider. I understand that he could get rid of it as a blocker, but the point is I want as many creatures that can trade with Rough Rider as possible. So I still need to make a cut, though. Another cut if I'm bringing in the Crippling Chill. Wait a second. What did I... Oh, the Dreadmaw, too. Okay. So, yeah, one more cut. I guess I can cut a Mandrills, but I'd prefer not to. Definitely don't want to cut any of our Morph. They're all very, very beneficial and good. I like this Chill still. It seems good. I do have to play not rapidly, but I do need to pick up the pace a bit. There's a very real possibility we go to game 3, and I need enough time to finish this. Can't cut the Sultai Charms. Mystic is fine. I guess we do cut a Mandrill. As much as I like Mandrills, I think I could cut Treasure Cruise, but I like the card advantage. Alright, I guess we try it like this. Dreadmaw Sultai Flare is actually a pretty good creature mashup. Alright, I'm going to keep this. Seems very good. We have our turn 2 secret plan, so it's pretty ideal for a deck like ours. No turn 1 is good. Double Flock is good. Alright, Hateblade. Double Hateblade, alright. Death Frenzy seems like it'll be beneficial, but we gotta get to that point first. Whoops. Let's do the secret plan. So he's down to 4 cards in hand. Yeah, if we can resolve a Death Frenzy, we're going to be in good shape. We're going to take some Hateblade beats for a little bit, though. Well, that's pretty beneficial for him, but I guess I can't really cut a land. I guess we'll cut the Mandrills, although Skull Hunter makes Mandrills cheaper, which makes that a less attractive option. I kind of need these Flocks, and I want the Soothsayer still. I guess I could cut the Soothsayer. Yeah, we don't have a black source yet. Alright, I'll cut Soothsayer. Alright, well, we did get a black, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. So we'll do this, which at least holds back the Skull Hunter for now, which is good. Just need a 5th land, and we can board wipe. Well, maybe not as much anymore. Could make a trade here. I think we're still taking it. Alright, equipping there. Bit of an issue, but there's our 5th resource. So now we just play another Flock and pass. And now we could double block his Skull Hunter, which is actually pretty good. Two cards in our opponent's hand. Ghost Fireblade's going to be a problem, but going to have to just deal. So I could double block to take out the Skull Hunter. I feel like I like that, but then he could re-equip Ghost Fireblade. So I think I'm actually just going to block and then unmorph. Just to get the card draw. Take 2 more damage. Hopefully just something that Death Frenzy can kill. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I can do nothing. So we'll unhappily accept that, and I think it's time to bust out Death Frenzy. Could wait a bit longer, but I'm starting to lose comfort in doing that. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. Could Death Frenzy. If I Death Frenzy, still gets to keep this. And then I can't block both. Still take 2. Kill 2 things, though. Admittedly, the Death Frenzy is not quite as good as I would have liked. Could also play the Hooting Mandrills, but that doesn't really keep anything back. I could stick back, and then I can block this, take another 2. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm running low on time. I guess we can wait, but do I want to wait? Do I want Death Frenzy now? Take 2 more damage. Do I want to do that? Guess we just Death Frenzy. Pass. Not not quite as sexy as I would have liked. So next turn we can play Mandrills plus Unmorph our Flock, which is pretty good. Country Warden's nice too. Alright, let's drop the Mandrills. Let's pass. Mandrills can't do much about the Kieran with the Ghost Blade though, which is a problem. Kind of felt like Death Frenzy would be a bit better in this match, but that's alright. Alright, re-equipping so we can get the double attack in, but at least it's not going to work out for him. That's the good news. Because we've got a good defense setup. That's actually a decent draw, I guess, but... Alright, so another land. I think we... How much? I've got 7 resources, so why don't we morph? Why don't we swing with our Mandrills, I guess? He can double block if he wants, I don't care. I'll take out the Kieran. Alright, and then we'll drop, I guess Country Warden, although maybe I do the Heir of the Wilds. The reason I'm doing that is I can start pressuring him with that. He also might have some concerns about attacking in here. It buys me a little bit of time. Hate Blade's not the end of the world. Still have some good blocks. We've got the card advantage coming too, so all good things. Let's see if he re-equips to his Kieran. Ideally, he does not, but alright. That one, I'm much happier him re-equipping too, since now I can swing in much more efficiently with my guys. So we'll probably just swing Mandrill's Heir of the Wilds, but he is going to get some... Oh, and the Abomination, of course. If we draw a land... Okay, 1,000 Winds is nice, but let's do this. 3, 4, 5. Unmorph there, draw. See if we get a land. Sultai Charm is fine. So let's swing with these 3. He can Hate Blade block. He can kill the Mandrill, so I guess that one doesn't make sense. I guess we just swing Abomination and pass. Let's draw, discard, ditch the land, and pass. So we can bust out 1,000 Winds at some point as well. Could have Rush of Battle, I guess. Rite of the Serpent. Alright. Didn't get a token out of it. Doesn't really have a good attack. Can't kill that Chief of the Scale, but that's okay. Guess we... Well, that's not bad either. Let's get 1,000 Winds down. Let's get Country Warden down. And then we'll pass. Oh, I guess we can swing with Heir of the Wilds here. Well, he can trade with Skull Hunter, so... no, we pass. Got 9 minutes on my clock. Rush of Battle would be not actually that bad. We can still deal with Rush of Battle. It's certainly not good, but I'd much rather him... Unfortunately for us, he did choose the exact one we wish he hadn't chosen. So that's unfortunate, but something I have to accept. I'm awful at guessing morph guys to kill. I have had the absolute worst track record with that. I consistently choose the incorrect one. Alright, so let's do Dismal Backwater. I think we Crippling Chill, his Chief of the Scale. Let's draw from that. Tap it down. We have Sultai Charm, so we can do this swing now. These two. He doesn't have a great block, although maybe I Sultai Charm the Hate Blade, so he can't even. Let's just Sultai Charm this. So he can't even Death Touch, and we get in for 7. Alright, so we get to kill a Kieran, which is nice. Get in for some Death Touch. And pass. Alright, double Right of the Serpent, that's acceptable. Still have our Pine Tree Walker, or Pine Walker rather. Well, we get to do some great things this turn. So let's play this. 2, 3. I can still unmorph plus play Treasure Cruise, so let's do that. Should have done the Treasure Cruise first, I guess, but that's okay. So get that and pass the turn. Alright, scout the borders. We have 12 cards left in our deck. Probably have to be conscious of that. Let's just swing with our Pine Walker. Alright, so we'll kill Chief of the Scale, which I wish I could do more, but I can't. So we'll draw off our Pine Walker. I mean, we're definitely outvaluing our opponent. The problem is we need some more finishers here. I'd like to look at what I have left to finish, but the issue with doing that is I could run out of deck. I could have scouted the borders. I'd prefer to not do that. Once again, I don't know which creatures I have left to kill him with. I really don't. I do feel as though we're running a bit low on actual ways to win this. He's at 12 life, however. That's pretty bad against us. Pretty bad for us to play against, I should say, since it's going to be pretty difficult to find a way to beat our opponent. Do we have a Mystic anymore? I do have Mystic. All right, so I'm on the hunt for our Mystic. I think that might be the best I can do. That's not bad, I guess. All right, let's scout the borders. I guess I do need to find my Mystic if possible. That is not Mystic in any way, shape, or form. So I guess we'll play Glacial Stalker, get rid of this, which only leaves us with 5 cards remaining in our deck, which is a big problem. Do I have to draw? It has to draw. That's sad. Okay, I guess we drop this face down. That's not quite... No, that's a problem. I guess we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll drop this, and we'll play this guy since he's worthless, and we'll pass. So pretty unhappy with how this is progressing, but basically I'm in a big rush to kill my opponent, and I don't have a lot of time left. That's actually okay. Embodiment is completely worthless, so I'll ditch that. Alright. So no need to kill Shambling Attendants. We're just too low on time to care. That was an awful draw. Just going to attack for 4 here. Play a land and pass. Running just extremely dangerously low on actual ways to get out of this. And I'm low on time as well, which is an awful feeling. So we'll destroy the shambling dude. Would be really nice if the last card in our deck wasn't the monk. I really hope I didn't take him out of the deck. I'm not going to be able to beat my opponent unless I can draw a Mystic pretty soon here. Like now. Really hope I didn't cut him. That's such a bad draw. I'm going to be really, really, really disappointed if I lose this game to decking myself because of running out of actual ways to kill my opponent. You cannot believe how frustrating that is when I'm low on time and been ahead on card advantage this entire time, and my opponent is still drawing gas even though I'm drawing cards nonstop. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Dreadmaw, which does nothing. I can't win. We got to go to game 3. I don't have enough time to play it out. Super disappointed. Really, really angry right now for that, but I can't do anything about it, so accepting it, but not happily at all. So yeah, I left Mystic in, and it literally was the last card in my deck, which never ceases to frustrate me when that's the one card I needed. So maybe I need Mandrills back in because apparently I don't have enough win cons. I can search through my entire deck and still lose. Endlessly frustrated by that. Okay. I still want the Dreadmaw, but I guess at this point Dreadmaw does not do enough good. I'm just too low on time to hope for Dreadmaw to do something. So bring back in the Mandrills. I really wish we didn't have to go to game 3 since I'm so short on time. All right, we'll keep it. It's not a great hand, but I'm pretty much forced to because mulligans don't seem great. It's actually not a terrible hand. I guess we have a turn 2 secret plans. Not the turn 1 I wanted to see out of my opponent, but that's the way it goes. All right, let's flock first because card draw seems good. No plays yet, also a good sign. So let's swing in, play Pinewalker, and pass. If we don't draw a land, we can unmorph our guy. Still no plays from our opponent. Very good sign for us. That's not the ideal one, so I guess we swing for 4. Just bashing in currently. Get that down. I actually should have done the Glacial Stalker, I think. Okay. Accept that. Very good. So now we bash in here. Draw, deal some damage. Pass. Chief of the Scale, not a big deal at all again. Very good. So we'll go like this. Guess we'll bash in here. Wisely blocks the morph. We'll play a Mandrills, leaving up the morph capability if we need it. All right, so we did win. Very satisfied with that. That game 2 took a toll on my psyche. I'll tell you, man, was I pissed about that game 2. But ended up getting there. Very good. happy to see that. We'll see you in round 3.